Welcome to Built for This, the podcast where real estate meets real life skills. Hosted by Andrea Lane and Alyssa Bicar, each episode features investors turning their unique edge into long-term rental success.
Hello and welcome to the Built for This podcast. I'm Melissa Bicar, the consultress, your co-host here, bringing real information from real investors, growing their portfolios, and bringing the best of who they are to their real estate investment business strategy. So, Andrea, who do we have for them today?
So today we have Nathalie Brown, who brings an interesting perspective. Her family owns an Airbnb in the Netherlands that she manages. She has a property in Spain that she owns and rents, and she also owns a property where she lives in Georgia. So it's not just the United States, it's worldwide where people are investing in properties. So very interesting. Nathalie, I'm so happy to have you today.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you get interested in real estate?
Thank you so much for having me. So how it really started is, so I was born and raised in the Netherlands. This is why I have the connections in Europe. And it all started about, I think now 8 years ago, when I wanted to travel around the world and I needed to find a way to have money while I was traveling. So that's how it started. Traveling has always been a passion for me. So I'm an property manager for short-term rentals. And so I had two properties that I was taking care of in the Netherlands that I was managing out of, that I was having Airbnb and like the VRBOs on. And that's how I was traveling to all these countries. So that's how it started.
Nice.
Oh, cool. So hang on, you manage properties and then you're like, you know what? I think I'd like to stay here. So you kind of have your pick of where to go and what to experience. I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What do you love most about real estate? Clearly you love to travel, but what do you love most about real estate?
I think, so I have a business degree. I think for me, it was mostly like, how am I going to have my own company? I'm from a very entrepreneurial family. And my family is mostly an import and export. And that was something I was not feeling connected to. I always really like the design of houses. I really like just driving through a neighborhood and see how beautiful houses are and how people have everything set up. And I think that's where I got triggered that if I want to have my own company, that it had to be in real estate.
Woo, wait, and I listen, being in a family business gives you like the full and fair disclosure from the back end of the house, conversations at the dinner table and all that. My family was in retail food businesses as well as real estate. So I totally hear you. I'm like, I don't think I want to sell bagels for a living, although the dough has funded much of our lifestyle. But that entrepreneurial spark doesn't go away very easy, does it?
No, exactly. Yeah, I have definitely heard all the good and all the bad. We also had multiple restaurants. So that's, I think, where the hospitality part is coming from. But yeah, so I was sort of finding like a way, how can I have the hospitality part that I really like and the real estate that I think is very interesting and the decorating and everything? How can I combine that? So, yeah.
So that sort of answers my next question. Like, what do you bring to the table from your past life experience? Because it sounds like your family has an Airbnb, they've owned restaurants, you don't want to be an import-export, and you sort of just flowed right in to the real estate. I think that's fabulous, and I absolutely love it. Alyssa, did you want to say something?
Yeah, so being that I just want to dial back just a little bit and listen. What has been your like career experience that lends itself to your real estate investment strategy? You know, were you working in the hospitality with the family business? Were there other pieces of your career experience that kind of led you to having a skill set that works really well in your real estate initiative?
So I think it's the same what you were saying in the beginning. It's all about what you're learning on the dinner table. And obviously, with us having restaurants, the import-export company, they were all like very hospitality-related parts. I had that as a young kid. That were my first jobs to work there. So that was really nice. And then on top of that, with the business school, I went into sales. So I was an account manager for a very long time, did a lot of cold acquisition, always products that I was not really loving. So that was like one of the other things. I was like, how can I, because this is a very cold acquisition job, how can I use these skills that I have a talent for? How can I use that in something that I really like? So that's how that started.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That sounds like your unfair advantage. Like we talk a lot about like your special sauce, secret sauce, competitive edge. Andrea, anything you'd like to add or
Yeah,
you
no,
want to know?
it's certainly certainly flowing through with what we like to ask. It's making it hard for me to find the questions. So, but I mean, it's great taking what you know and bringing it to the table, and taking what you know and you don't want, and taking that off your table. That's a great life lesson.
And knowing, I think, oh, I love like pulling out nuggets from these conversations. And so knowing what you do want is very good, and it helps you build your vision. It helps you set your course. But also, I think more powerfully, what we've heard so far is knowing what you don't want, being exposed to things where you're like, yeah, been there, done that, either cold calling, outreach, selling something that you're not necessarily passionate in. I think that tells, it speaks volumes to your character, that like I was able to endure and learn some skills doing something that I wasn't necessarily 100% jazzed about. It was more of a means to an end. So what I'm hearing so far in your discussion is that real estate is more than a means to an end for you. It's a way to kind of match in your passion, who you are, and what you love into that business strategy. So, bringing your sales hat in there, like that's a really unique skill set. I think that a lot of people covet, because sales does not come easy to many. So how do you feel that gives you a kind of an edge in what you're looking to develop in your real estate portfolio?
So I definitely do think that the sales is a very important thing. A lot of what I see, I'm a part of a mastermind so I very much believe in coaching. And what I see with other people that are in this mastermind, that is the hardest thing, is the sales part. People are scared of doing it. They always feel like they are doing something to get something out of someone. But I learned since I was a young kid that sales, if you do it right, it's a win-win situation for both. So having that fear is gone for me, and that I think is very beneficial in this. And then, of course, with me traveling around the world and being so surrounded by so many cultures, it made me very rounded. And that I can bring to, like, I am interested in having so much. I don't want to just be in the United States, even though I love the United States. I want to have places. I'm now looking at a project that is on the Virgin Islands. Like, I want to be able to go everywhere. And I can only do that because I have that knowledge from the traveling. I think the traveling was huge.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So what do you think your biggest challenge or struggle in real estate is right now?
Oh, there's so many, too many to say. First of all, by me now doing this full time, and I've only been doing this full time for 4 months, I think I'm learning every single day. There are so many things that, like with all the changes in economics, for me, it's not just what is happening in the world. It's also because I'm in a different country. So that is, I need to learn like everything that is surrounded with that. So what I'm struggling with is just, I think it's, I don't know, it's just too many things to say. There's every single day, there's something that goes on my path that I'm like, okay, that's something I need to learn. But because of that, I love doing it because it is not boring. It's keeping me just triggered to learn more and just, yeah.
Yeah. How does your mastermind filter into that learning curve for you?
Can you explain better what you mean with that?
So you said you were part of a mastermind and you're looking in your, I'm a huge believer in masterminds. It's like the one format that I think if I would have had my mind erased, I would beg for them to leave this one tool that I have been able to build masterminds. But so when you say you're in a mastermind, does that give you some of the support and either like I would say, interests or context to the culture as these new challenges hit your desk? Is that a resource for you, or some place that you go with this, or is it for a different initiative? Does it fit well into your real estate business model?
So no, this is all about short-term rentals and all about investing. So it's definitely helping me. It's 5 days a week, and this is one of the masterminds, because after I realized how important masterminds are and how important it is to have a coach, I even got a second one. And I think it's very important. Like, I think I have a lot to bring to the table, but all these people have so much knowledge. And so by just challenging each other every single time with the challenges that are coming on our road, that just helps us develop these answers that I would have never had by myself.
Go ahead.
100,000%. You're talking to two of the queens of masterminding, collaboration, and community here. Because when we have difficulties, when you try to do it on your own, it tends to leave you either in the same position or worse off, because you need to leverage other people's experiences and kind of bounce things off of other people. It's huge in our world. And so I want to just high five you and congratulate you that you're going the extra mile to surround yourself with other people who are doing that strategy too. And it's so important to have people who are building in your community, as part of your team, because it helps you to grow and to learn faster, because you're learning from their mistakes too, no?
Yes, 100%. Yes. And I think what is really beautiful about it too is I started thinking I'm just going to invest in myself. And then I learned about managing other properties. And I was like, by just investing myself, I will be the goals that I want to reach it will take way longer. But now they're opening my eyes. You can do it in different ways as well. And now I'm even thinking about going in boutique hotels. So it's just opening my mind in ways that I could have never done by myself.
Yeah, totally. So can you share a recent win from your investing journey? I know, there are oodles of challenges. If you're not growing, then you have no challenges, but challenges come with the territory of growing. So can you share a recent win or lesson or story from your investing journey?
I think I have a couple that I would like to share, but I think the one of them is being on this podcast. This is a huge win. I've always wanted to do that. And I always, I don't know, it was one of my goals and dreams to be on a podcast. So thank you for letting me do this. And another one is I just signed a contract for 19 other doors. I call them doors that I will manage. So that's a huge one. And just being able to I don't like social media. I'm not a big fan of that. But being able to surround myself with having a team that is helping me to do all these things and now see all the beautiful things that you can do with social media. I don't know. I think these are all wins for me.
I think that's fabulous. You mentioned you got 12 more units or doors, because I call them doors. So you mentioned that you're property managing for short-term rentals. You also own a property in Georgia. Are you self-managing that as well? And do you find differences between the two?
Do you mean that if I own the property or if I manage it for someone else?
Well, no, you own a property. You told me you owned a property in Georgia, correct? So it's
Yes.
a rental, or is that where you live?
It's a part of where I live.
Okay, so you're in the house. All right.
So, and is it the property in Georgia? I think one of the questions she's getting at is it do you rent a room? Do you rent part of it? Is it like a house hack?
It's a house hack. I have a whole other apartment in the house, so it's a complete house with everything, but it is just on my property.
I see. So it's is it called like an accessory dwelling unit? So it's like a separate building, or is it part of?
No, it's in the same building.
It's okay, got it.
Yeah. But
So
it has its own door.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight the fact that this is another strategy that people use to get involved in long-term rentals. So is that unit that you've got that you're house hacking, is it long-term rental, or is it also short-term rental?
I'm using it as a short-term rental as long as it works. Because I think short-term rental, there is, if you do it well, that I have to be precise about, you can make good money with it. But because I'm in a location where I'm seeing now, after doing more market research, that maybe midterm is a better fit. I'm considering midterm now.
I see. Right on. So, and thank you for letting us kind of batter out kind of what you're doing hands-on. So you're self-managing your short-term rental and you're renegotiating maybe your exit strategy or your current investment strategy with it, as well as looking to, in your active business as a short-term rental property manager, acquire new contracts and do more of that. So like, it looks like you're getting exposure that informs how you're going to be an investor moving forward from like all areas of your life right now. It's like all your lights are on.
Yes, I really feel like that. That's what my coach was saying yesterday. You're like in a flow, you need to keep going. Yeah, I am getting exposed by so many amazing people with so many amazing opportunities. And I do believe that you have to stay in your line and you need to not do too many different things.
Yes.
But I think that I finally found my line. So it is definitely going to be short-term rental. But I think for the next year, I want to do mostly property management. With that capital, I can go and get more houses. Yeah, I think that's.
And your property management, is that based in Georgia?
I do all over the world. So I'm now working on a Virgin Island one. So it's all over the world. I have one in Florida now. I have in Georgia. And so I have in Europe as well. But I'm open for all over the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you manage because my understanding, I don't do short-term rentals, but the biggest challenge is the making sure that the maintenance and your cleaners are top notch.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you manage that?
So until now, I've been lucky enough that a lot of the houses come with an amazing team. But if that's not the case, I don't see that as an obstacle. It just takes time to create a team, and the owners that I manage the houses for, they are aware of that. I only believe in 5 stars. It needs to be the best of the best. And so the people that I work with, the cleaners, the handyman, anybody like that, they are aware of that. So I set really strict expectations from the beginning.
Great. Wow, that's very interesting. So as we wrap up this interview, what's your plans for the next 6 months? Sounds like you're moving forward. And are you looking to, just focus on the property management?
For the next 6 months, it will be, because I very much believe in setting your goals. 6 months will be property management. And then at the 6 months part, I want to invest in my first boutique hotel.
Wow. You heard it. She's a woman with plans, making waves and pivoting and innovating on her way. This is part of what we love to highlight here. Real people doing real deals and using the best of what's in their heart and in their brains to inform how their real estate investment business gets formed. I mean, no two people are alike, and these interviews are like gold for Andrea and I. And so thank you so much, Nathalie, for being here with us today. Where can people go to find you if they want to connect after you've inspired the crap out of them by being on this podcast?
You can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Nathalie Brown. And you can find me on social media as well, on Facebook and on Instagram.
Great. Wonderful. And she's got a team that backs her up. Who we do business with is how good we get to be next, because nobody does this alone. Thank you so much. We are built for this podcast. If you are listening on one of our streaming platforms, stay right here. We have another amazing guest for you with awesome insights queued right up after this. Don't go away.
This wraps another episode of Built for This. If you're a real estate investor with a unique edge, apply to join us at builtforthisshow.com/guest.